Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D, and it's the 1878 Morgan dollar and the 1978 Eisenhower dollar, 101 years of United States $1 coins. And we see over here on the left, it's the Morgan. It says E pluribus unum around the top, has the date way down the bottom. On this side over here, we have 7 stars. On this side, we have 6. That's the symbol for the original 13 states of the United States. We look at Lady Liberty facing to the left, and we see that she actually has a little bit of a tiara up there that says Liberty on it. One of the ways you look to determine the value of these coins is to see how much definition you have up through here. If you have a Liberty that you can't read at all, it's going to be very little value other than the silver value. If you have a Liberty that's very clear with all the lines, it's going to be a relatively high value. We see we have some grains up here, some flowers. She is wearing a cap over the back of her hair, and her hair just flows right down here to the bottom of the coin right above the 1878. In 1878, they made these at 3 different mints, and you can't tell the mint from the front of the coin. You actually have to flip it over. When we flip this coin over, we see it has a reeded rim. We see it's a kind of a big, thick coin also. On the back of this coin, we see an eagle, United States of America around the top, $1 at the bottom. In God we trust right above the eagle, and the eagle is facing to our left, and the eagle is holding some arrows and an olive branch right here. This is where the mint mark would be on these coins, right between the D and the O above it, underneath this wreath. If we want another mint mark from 1878, this is the Carson City mint mark. That's the CC. So there was a Philadelphia, which was no mint mark. There was a Carson City, and there was an S for San Francisco, but we don't have an S. They also made these at the New Orleans Mint, but not in 1878. They didn't make them at the New Orleans Mint until 1879. And the mint mark for the New Orleans Mint would just be an O like this. So this is a Philadelphia coin. At Philadelphia in 1878, they made a lot of these. They kind of experimented as they made these. There are 144 varieties of this 1878 Philadelphia dollar. You can get it in an 8-feather version. You can get it in a 7-feather version. You can get it in a 7 on top of an 8-feather version. You can get it in 2 different reverses, and you can get all different kinds of mixes of those reverses. This was a coin that was engraved by George T. Morgan, both the front and the back, and came out from 1878 until 1921. It didn't really come out all of those years. They actually didn't make it from 1905 to 1920, and then in 1921 they put out another 87 million of these. It's a silver coin, 90% silver, weighs 26.73 grams, has about $15 worth of silver in it. It is 38.1 millimeters in diameter, and it's 2.4 millimeters thick. In 1878, they made 10.5 million Morgan dollars at the Philadelphia Mint. They found one with 7 tail feathers that's worth $60,000, and one with 8 tail feathers that is worth $110,000. So when we talk about the tail feathers, we actually go down right here and count them. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 tail feathers on this one. The highest price on this one is $60,000. If you have the 8 tail feathers, the highest price is $110,000. If you have the 7 on top of the 8, that's going to be worth in the $40,000 range. If you can get this from the Carson City Mint with the CC down here, they made 2.2 million, and the most expensive ones are worth $72,500. And at the San Francisco Mint, they made 9.8 million of the Morgan dollars in 1878. And the most expensive ones of those is one Mint State 68 that's worth $35,000. So very expensive coins if you get them in the highest quality possible. Compared to the Eisenhower dollar, we tip these both up on its edge, and when we see the Eisenhower dollar, we notice that it has the copper interior. The Eisenhower dollar was not silver for general circulation coins. It was only silver for specialty coins. So from 1971 to 1974, they made a silver version. And then, of course, in 1976, for the bicentennial, they made a silver version. These were all made at the San Francisco Mint, the silver versions. If we tip it up here, we see that this is clearly a silver coin also. But remember, if we take this 76 silver and hold it up next to here, it does look much more shiny and silvery, but the Eisenhower dollars, when they came out in silver, were only 40% silver. The Morgan dollars were 90% silver. So what's the 1978 Eisenhower dollar look like? This is a 1978 Denver mint. We can see the D down here. We can see that it got punched so hard that it filled the D and it made a little dent in the coin right there. In 1978, the Eisenhower dollars came out at the Philadelphia, the Denver, and the San Francisco Mint. So there's the Philadelphia here with no mint mark. Here's the Denver here with the D mint mark. San Francisco Mint, of course, is going to be the deep cameo proof version with the kind of muddled looking S down there. What they call a filled S on some of the other coins. In 1978, they didn't make any silver Eisenhower coins, so this is going to be a clad coin. At the Philadelphia Mint in 1978, they made $25.7 million, and the most expensive one is worth about $7,500. At the Denver Mint, they made $33 million, and the most expensive ones are worth about $9,500. And at the San Francisco Mint, they made $3.1 million. The most expensive of these is worth about $500. 1978 was the last year of the Eisenhower dollar, and as you know, in 1979, we came out with the Susan B. Anthony dollar, and then from there we went to the Sacagawea dollar. All right, well, that's all we have today from Big D Coins. This is DCC, and we hope you subscribe to the Big D Coin channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.